I came across some United Transport workers on Eridani II, and they're having trouble with some spacers. They're concerned that the spacers held up in an abandoned location are going to interfere with their work. So, what good is a bounty hunter if I don't accept bounties? And what's more fun than accepting a bounty to exact swift justice on these spacers who, of course, are causing havoc across the system? What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and today I have a side quest: security concerns on Eridani II in Starfield. In this video, I will show you just me taking on the spacers. That's pretty much all it is. You go from the United Transport workers at their location, hop, skip, and a jump away to the spacers, and then take them out. Now we get to the point in the video where I have to do the selfless ad. If you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It does really help out me and my channel. Thank you so much in advance for doing so. Without further ado, you get to see me take on these spacers in all of my bounty hunter glory. That's right, taking after the Mandalorian or Boba Fett. Not sure which one I take after just yet. Probably more the Mandalorian. But here we go, taking on the spacers. Now, for those of you who are wondering, you actually just have to take out the leader of the spacers. You don't have to take out any of these minions, although it is a little bit easier to take out the leader of them when you don't have 20 different spacers shooting at you. So I do recommend taking out the easier ones around the outside. You can see they're at all different levels. I'm at level 17, 18, or 19, somewhere around there at this point at the game. But there are different levels. You can see some of the spacers that I come across are level 14. The leader is going to be a little bit heavier. After you take him out, you can run back or you can clear out this area. I do decide to clear out the area after I take out the leader, because there are, and this is probably random, but these enemies do drop a couple of nice weapons, so I was lucky I stuck around. The leader that I'm taking on is level 30. You can see he is a little beefy compared to me, but I'm a bounty hunter. I take on bounties is what I do, so I prefer them to be harder to kill because it is more enjoyable. Now, you saw earlier, here's going to be a tiny bit of a rant. You saw earlier where I was in my stealth mode and I shot an enemy and it didn't do a ton of damage, even though it did 2 times damage or 2.4, whatever it was. It didn't do a ton of damage. It's a little disappointing how weak stealth can be in this game. When you think of a game like Skyrim, you would sneak up on enemies and it would be a one-shot kill. You slash your sword or your dagger, whatever you have, and it's a one-shot kill on enemies. And in this game, I'm sneaking around and I don't even take away half their health. It was, what, a smidge of the enemy's health. I don't even... So, stealth in this game, at least at this point, maybe there's some more unlocks as I progress that'll make it a little bit more entertaining for me. But sneaking around in general, you do get 1 or 2 nice hits off, but sometimes it's just more fun to go in guns blazing in Starfield. I found a lot more fun doing that than sneaking around. However, I have invested in stealth, so I do want to use it. And sometimes it can be beneficial when you're shooting at an enemy, or if you need a break, you can go into stealth. Now, some of the enemies on the back end, you can see are at level 8, and I have this really slow-firing pistol, the one you see on the screen. It is fun as shit. Even though it's slow-firing, it sets enemies on fire. It's gold, so it's an epic-type gun. I'm absolutely loving this gun. I love some of the guns in this game. I have a concussive Grendel, the one you see here that knocks enemies down, which is awesome. They can't even fire against me. Some of the guns are awesome, which does make it even better to just run and gun. So when you're able to knock enemies down or light them on fire instead of just sneaking around, because sneaking around can sometimes be slow. As you can see here, I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of going through the motion, playing with the different guns. I was able to more quickly hide from my enemies, and if I wanted to, I could complete this mission. Or I could do the fun thing and take out the rest of the spacers, because I'm a bounty hunter. I want to make sure that Eridani II is safe for these United Transport workers. I don't want anyone to think that my work is sloppy. When they tell me to take out spacers, I take out spacers. Regardless of if the game says my mission is complete after just killing the leader, it's really not until I'm able to finish off what these United Transport workers wanted me to accomplish, and that was defeating all of the spacers. It's also nice to clear out an area so you can loot the area and get all of the credits and all of the other fun goodies that are around. It's coming up on Halloween, so who knows what type of tricks and treats lie in wait in this abandoned site that I could be missing if I just abandon the site and don't finish off these spacers. So of course, now that I'm hidden again, I can go and finish off the rest of these enemies. Of course, I have my companion Sam with me, who does deal a decent amount of damage, which is absolutely awesome. It's sometimes nice to have a companion that can deal a bunch of damage, because if you're not outputting a lot of damage, at least your compadre can deal a lot of damage. So there are a few enemies left. All of them are, of course, not going to be the level 30 that I just encountered with the boss. They're going to be around level 14, or maybe I'll get lucky and encounter some level 8 enemies. This guy has a death wish. You see him running at me? Like, dude, I have a gun. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. He literally just ran at me, kamikaze style, hoping to kill me with a knife. A knife. Like, you're not even going to penetrate my spacesuit, let alone think he could do some damage through my gun. But hey, man had death wish. Maybe there was something going on in which he wanted to kamikaze. I have no idea. I'm not going to judge. Made my life easier. I found that as I progressed through the game, I've gotten better shotguns, which is actually much more beneficial to running and gunning. As I said earlier, I have had fun running and gunning. So I'm glad that I was able to find a couple of nice shotguns a little bit later in the game. The first shotgun I found was like a double barrel. Wasn't great. Wasn't a fun shotgun to use because you had 2 shots, you wouldn't kill an enemy, and then you have to reload. And if you were running and gunning, you were putting yourself in the middle of all this gunfire, and it was no bueno. Trust me, you don't want to put yourself in the middle of all gunfire when you're trying to reload. However, I do have a couple of nicer shotguns now, like an Old Earth shotgun and a Pacer, that are just absolutely fantastic to use. They are a couple of shots, but even if they take a few more than just a couple of shots, I do have, as you can see here with this shotgun, a 9 rounds before I have to reload instead of only 2, which is absolutely horrendous for a shotgun if it's not dealing enough damage to kill an enemy in only 2 shots. So now I'm at level 19. I have cleared off this arena. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, peace.